everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in this lovely world. How is everybody? I see everybody's already cutting up. I was cutting up with you earlier in the chat alone, and the bar is open, everybody. Now, I do want to get through. I guess I'll start off first because she does, she's special to all of us. And I don't want her to think that we don't feel for her pain right now. So this is a special dedication going out to Church Nellie, specifically Church Nellie's wig. This is for a moment of silence for Church Nellie's wig. All right, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. Church Nellie, I hope you feel the love that we have for you and know that we care and our hearts are broken as much as yours are over the loss of the wig. So, just know we love you. We really love you. Okay? And it'll be okay. You'll one day you'll replace the wig and you'll be okay. All right? Okay. Virtual hugs, lots of virtual hugs. All right. Her name is Wignisha. I don't mean to laugh. That's like my reaction to. I'm very emotional, Wignisa. Okay. We're gonna miss you, Wignisa. All right. Whew, my goodness. All right, all right. On from the wigs, the loss of the wig, to just pivoting just a little bit. Hi, everybody. Hello. How is everybody? I hope everybody's well. Apologies if I can't address everybody individually and personally. Just know, hi, hi, hi. Yes, thank you. Thumbs up for all those that are coming in. Appreciate it. And for those in squad, I will have you off in time for Royal Sussex because I know you will burn rubber to get out of here to get over there. So I just want you to be able to enjoy that time. So, Church Nellie, don't ever doubt that I don't love you. Okay? Okay. All right, everybody. Hope your Saturday is starting off well. And yeah, I realized like with like seconds left that I hadn't pulled in all my information. I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm going to start with our Black history, and then we can get into all things Sussex. There's some good trash time, and then there's some, decent conversation, which I'm sure many in the squad have already had 5,000 times already this week, but play along and go along with me. So, firstly, let me just take that, find that. Oh, Rhonda, oh no, church, you couldn't wash her and hang her out on the clothesline to dry, Rhonda. Don't get her started. Don't get her started. Oh, you're welcome for the condolences. You see how much the squad loves you? We love you. Wignista too. And I'm sure there'll be another Wignista along the way, but okay, for all of those just joining, just play along. We had a member, lose her wig. And yes, you heard me correctly, wig. And she's been very distraught for the last, I think it's 2 weeks now. So I just wanted to give a little Moment of silence for that and, give her lots of virtual hugs. So, all right. So, just so you know what's going on if you're catching up to all of this. Yes. The wig needs CPR. Oh my goodness. Yes. Squad is special. All right. Let me get into this. So, for Black history, I'm going to start out with Percy Lavon Julian. He was an American research chemist and a pioneer in the chemical synthesis of medicinal drugs from plants. So photosynthesis, I can say that word. No, I can't. So he's the brain behind all of that. Percy Lavon Julian. He was born April 11th, 1899 in Montgomery, Alabama, and died April 19th, 1975 in Waukegan, Illinois. Percy Lavon Julian. And for our, let me see if I still have it in here, our Squaddie Corner. Today, they are highlighting a woman that was extraordinary, Mamie Elizabeth Till Mobley. Mamie Till was an American educator and activist. She was the mother of Emmett Till, who was lynched in Mississippi in 1955 at the age of 14 for allegedly whistling at a white woman named Carolyn Bryant, who was a cashier at a grocery store. Mamie Elizabeth Till took the steps at that time that she had an open casket so that everyone could see what they did to her 14-year-old son. And it did change this country just a little bit, but it did change the country. Unfortunately, those that were responsible were never really held responsible for it. And I guess the woman that accused Emmett decided to recant her story decades later, but I digress. Mamie Elizabeth Till Mobley was born on November 23rd, 1921 in Webb, Mississippi. She died January 6th, 2003 in Chicago, Illinois. All right. That was day 19, Black History Moment. So I wanted to, Rhonda, Miss Till had the strength of a lion, and she really did. She really did, and never got justice in a sense for her son. I mean, 14 years old, you send him to the South to be with relatives, and yeah, we all know the rest of that story. So sadly, stuff like that is still happening, but I digress again. I'm just going to go through the comments. Church Nelly, Lord, may Emmett and Mamie Till rest in peace. Yes. Rise in power. I like to say when I see RIP, rise in power. Hello, hello to all those who have joined, whether it was during the Wignista Memorial or during the Day 19 Black History Moments. Welcome. Hit thumbs up on your way in. I appreciate you all for being here, taking some time out. Church Nelly, thanks, Joyce, in wig therapy. We love you. Oh my goodness. Did you make the breakfast that you were supposed to make last night for dinner, Hilda? Is that what you did? Oh, hello, hello, hello. All right. I'm going to get into my next little thing. And that is, let's see. So many of us know that Harry's lawsuit has begun with regard to, well, he's got a few. So I know there's an inquiry into why he can't pay for the security when he and or his family, being Meghan and the children, come into the UK. So I've seen a couple of things regarding that, and yeah, I just, come on already. You're If the UK can pay for the one that settled a sexual harassment lawsuit, then they can allow Harry to pay for his family when he comes into the UK. Just my feeling on it, which doesn't mean much, but that's my thoughts. What say you? Because they better be safe wherever they travel, but if they can't be the safest going into that country, then they don't ever need to step foot in that country. And it's sad because, yes, that's where he was born, and he would like his children to know about his place of birth. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. As you can tell, I'm not in any particular mood for the silliness today. But let me see what is going on here. I'm going to jump back to the comments. Cookies and Cream, it's a shame that Emmett Till's mother never got any justice for her son. That lying woman should have been charged. Yeah, she should have been charged. Maybe she should have been treated the same way that Emmett was treated for the lie that she said that cost him his life. I made bacon, eggs, and cheese on a roll, no pancakes. Oh, okay. So without the pancakes, it's almost what you were going to make. And again, hello, hello, hello to everyone joining. Welcome to the wackiness of Sussex Saturday. If you're first time here, hopefully you'll come back, hit the subscribe button, join us again. You know, we had a lot of fun over here. Yes, Pedro does get tax funded security. Yes, nobody blinks an eye. You know, a certain, well, I'll say cosplay had security before she was even married. But, gosh forbid if somebody wants to write the check like other dignitaries and other highly important people do. But, that's life, and we see the bigotry that's behind it because that's the only thing that it can be. And I want the myth of the royal family welcoming her, let alone the UK welcoming her and her being Meghan, to stop. Don't ever say that again. Not even the Queen has welcomed her appropriately. Allowing Harry to marry, that's about the only thing she did, but she knew he would have done it anyway, and that really would have thrown a focus on why would you have denied him. But anyway, I digress again. Focus, focus. Okay. Kenneth, I think Harry wants to go to his grandmother's funeral. Well, when she croaks, they'll get to that point. And, he might be the only one going. And that's the way the country and, his dad, brother, sister, mother, whoever set it up. So, you know. Ah, I know Black Queen. That's good. I like that. Pedro. Joyce, church, Nilly, and transportation, luxury housing, travel, and anything else he wants. So, yeah, when you got a mom who is rich and gets money like hundreds of millions from the taxpayers a year to live on to pay for all the palaces and et cetera, he can live pretty well. What's going to happen to him when she passes? Well, that's another story. um, One never knows. H Night, explain this to me like a 3-year-old. Harry offering to give them money instead of taking money from them. So stupid. Exactly. No one can fully explain it, not even the authorities who just denied it, and I believe they denied it on a phone call that they received allegedly, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you said you think, Church Nelly, Kenneth, I think he wants to see his granny before she dies? That was me taking a sip of some tea. Mhm. Lukewarm tea, because that's just about how I feel about that situation. Hopefully, he saw her enough in July. Wasn't he there in July? And then they had that security breach, and her behind still ain't stepped forward to say, "This is what we're going to do to protect my grandson and his family when they are in the UK." She can kick many rocks with her 95, 96-year-old toes. Mm, there, I said it. Okay. Dolores, I agree with you. I noticed that the so-called royal expert had nothing to say about Harry paying for the security. No, but they, flip it around and do all that other crazy stuff. Hi, hi, hi to everyone joining. Um, I think I just want to be sure you all know I do see you coming in, but it's a little hard to stay on track sometimes because I get lost in the sauce and the comments, and I'm trying to stay on top of things. Carolyn, I think Harry can see how weak his grandmother looks, and he wants her to see his children, especially Lily, before she passes. Then she should make a way and tell her spoiled son and his heir to cut it out. That's what she could do. Yes. And speaking of, no, I'm gonna wait till I get there because I saw the funniest. There was a category on Jeopardy. Who was the second in line? Priceless. Okay. Because space wasn't even mentioned. What is this, Rosa? Back in the day, the way people got away with things like, yeah, well, different age and time, that's for sure. Hey, Sarah Turner, channel member. Lydia Washington and Diane, channel members. How are you? I saw you earlier. I did make note that you were here and spoke to you via chat, but wanted to be sure I hollered out to my channel members. They get a special crazy shout out, but that's it. And little tidbits along the way. Sarah says Harry would need some kind of closure. What kind of closure is in his heart? True, true. And it doesn't seem like the family wants to make it any easier for him. I'm just saying. Joyce, the monarchy is like an untreated disease. It only gets worse over time. Woo! Alrighty then. I guess I'm not the only one on a fire up mode today. Church Nelly. And if the Queen does pass away before Harry gets to see her, you know what the British media will say. Yep, they will. Regardless of the fact that he comes over there and then something happens to him, and then they all can make millions on all the sob stories that they will have written on how here he came over. Not that you didn't protect him or want to protect him appropriately, but yeah. Annie, Harry has the best lawyer at the time handling his case because she is human rights attorney in the if oh, is that Queen's Common or something? QC? Um or the Commonwealth, excuse me. So yes, if everyone remembers who George Clooney is married to and they're friends, so while Emal may not handle directly, she does have access and can refer them to the right people. So I don't know why I don't know why that family and the media insist on just messing with him. I really don't. Denise, we can all see it's the royal nuts. Yeah, basically. It's really sad because it's just not. It's just sad. I'm just saying. Um, Joyce, the U.S. assisted with the security in The Hague will also assist with security for Invictus. Sad his own country is that bad. Exactly. I mean, come on. Really? He's the son of he's the grandson of the current monarch, son of the future monarch, brother of the hopeful second in line. So, or the second in line. So, yeah, whatever. Carolyn, the Queen needs to step up and pay for her grandson and his family security. Well, that would lead to a whole nother schmear campaign on how dare he wanting to have the UK pay for his security. So I get it. He's being smart. You know what? I don't want anything from you all, but I do want to pay for security and have armed security because he needs it. He needs it. Kenneth, I agree with you, Mrs. VS. Yeah. Oh, Black Queen, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Thank you. Let me see. Denise, in the US, he doesn't have to worry with his private security because they get briefing from FBI. Hello. But yet his place, his country of birth treats him like I don't know. They treat him worse than, let me think. No, because over her 70-year reign, she's treated the Commonwealth the brown-skinned pigment part of the Commonwealth very shitty. And yes, I said it. Um, I can't think of, yeah. Moving right along. Nutty doctor, she still has the power to overturn all this pettiness. Exactly. But yet she doesn't. I don't want to hear the stories, oh, she's this weakling and all this. Nah, nah, nah. She hasn't relinquished anything, so therefore she's still in charge, and the shit rolls from the top down. So she needs to get it together. You love them? Okay. Otherwise, it's going to stay to the Zoom calls. And you can Zoom your waves to my child and your great grandchild and all that other stuff. And yeah, we heard about the pictures on the desk. My middle fingers, Beyonce, up to them all. Her too, with her pictures on her desk sending messages. Message that. Okay. Whew. Let me take a sip of let me get my cup of really hot tea. Let me come back over here. Mm, 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 mm. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, you saw that Jeopardy moment? Yeah. I just have the tweet. Let me make sure I sent it to myself and brought it over to my email and then, did all that fun stuff that you have to do in order to um bring it into StreamYard. I'm telling you, y'all, it's a lot when you are trying to do this thing and then you realize, oops, I didn't pull that over. I would play the video, but I'm not in the mood to get tagged since it's more than 10 seconds and you need to hear the entire thing. But I'm just telling you, if you go out on Twitter, you will see it. It is hilarious and serves them right because they shouldn't be so hateful towards Harry and Meghan and the kids because it is being hateful to them too. You don't want you don't want them to be included in the family, but they are family and they always will be family. So deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Yeah. Okay. So part one is done. I brought it over there, and now I have to bring it into StreamYard so that you all can enjoy it as much as it's just funny. It is a funny moment. So let me see. Jeopardy. There we go. And as soon as I pull it in, I'll make sure that you all get to see it. All right. So this is the funny moment. This was the question. He's the second in line to the British throne. And these were their answers. When the one said, "Who is Prince Harry?" We all are cheering. We're like, ha ha, the karma is real. Okay. And then the next person is, "Who is Prince George?" Ha! Woo. And then one said, "Who is Prince Charles?" So that's even funnier. Oh God, it was just hilarious. And the host had to say, "You're all wrong." What did she say? You went to the sixth, third, first in line. She was like, the second in line is Prince William. Hilarious. Hilarious. Yes, that one to me, yeah, classic. But that is the karma they deserve because they shouldn't be treating them so badly. But okay, here we go. Joyce, the queen is being handled. She's not running anything. Well, who's handling her? That's what I need to know. Because is Charles being handled? Is William being handled? Because it looked like they wouldn't have been having affairs if they were being handled by people, allegedly. Although Charles is real. We know that. He married the one that he was. Anyway, the handlers, if it's not one of those two, yeah, we've got problems with the more morals of those people. So they need to do better and kick some butt. And I hope Harry embarrasses them all. Truly, I hope they are embarrassed beyond measure. Hello there, Ralph. I believe Harry will win his security case. Yes, I believe he will because there is no precedent where he shouldn't have the security, especially when he's coming out of his pocket. He's like, F y'all, I don't want you to pay because he already knows what the media will do, his family and media will do, and they'll chew him up, spit him out. Oh, so let's just we're going to be happy with him paying for it, and he needs it. There's people already in jail for the threats on him, and as was stated in that Oprah interview, that has proven that everything they said is true. Um yeah, the threats have not stopped. The threats haven't stopped. I don't know if the threats would ever stop. um if Harry was single again, that wouldn't even stop them. It's you've got crazy crazes out there. So yeah. Anyway, Angela. Harry does not want to hear the tabloid. They're exactly crying about him and his family using taxpayer funds. He's not interested in a Frogmore too. Exactly. Bingo. Ding 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 ding. Angela. There you go. That's the prize. Yep. C-Mac, the name the corgis before they name. You know what? Y'all are hilarious right now. Hi TD. I'm so glad I found the Sussex Squad in their channels. I was starting to believe everyone hates them. No, not everyone. That's what they want you to believe. Though if they spent as much time pouring their love into those channels, if they poured their love into those others over there in the UK and leave Harry and Meghan alone, like didn't even mention them, their lives probably would be, a lot happier. But then again, oh, and I have some information coming up on those hate accounts too. Because if you're not on Twitter, then you're going to miss out on some stuff. But and I don't know if I put it out to the channel members. I may have, but some stuff I do wait for the podcast, so I have a little something to share with y'all. Oh, Callie Jean, enjoying the podcast. Going back to the cloud now to continue listening. Oh, well, thank you for popping down. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Tier that has no say whatsoever. It's the men in gray that are in charge. You mean the men that are in parliament? Because I believe the men in gray are the members of parliament, right? And yeah, so when they call it the Queen's government, when I see articles talking about um, you know, the government or the Queen's government, what is it now? Is it her government? Is it just the government? The men in gray suits are the government. So yeah, who's running who? Who's running who? Okay, sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm on one today. Rosa, Mrs. VS, do you think the queen is part of everything? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. She's gonna have to come out one day or have a biography or have her memoir printed when she's gone that proves with receipts in it that shows otherwise. But yes, I do believe that she's part of everything. Mhm. And the reason I say that, Rosa, is because before the summit, I believe Harry was trying to meet with her, and she had him on her diary and then canceled, and he had already traveled over there. Yeah, no, ma'am, buddy, she's part of it. Patty, I wish I am Harry. They would get a penny from me. Let me tell you something. When Harry can say, "Look, I'll write the check. Tell me how much." I think that irks them even more because what they had envisioned for him and what is reality is two complete. It's 180 of each other. So, yeah. Annie, I believe once Queen is dead, Harry's definitely out. I've said that too. Um, I don't know if he'll play nice for the coronation. See, I remember the word. The coronation of the one that outed him and his family when they took the security away, but he might. I don't know. I hope so. Oh, the Queen Council. Oh, okay. Are those people that no, that's a different council. Never mind. Okay. I don't even really care. Moving right along. Okay. Church Nelly, Annie, he's already out. Yeah, he is. His heart, I mean, it's a place of birth. So all of us know to a degree that, that, and I'll show you during trash time how the media is hyping up some of his words, that he put into the legal stuff, that submission, um, on how the UK is his home and blah, 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 will always be his home and stuff. But your place of birth, many people still always hold a sense of this is home, no matter where they're living. Mm, okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. He can feel how he feels. It's Harry, but for the rest of us, on that. Or the impossible. I think the UK tabloids don't like Harry paying for security. They want the headlines to read Harry's security was funded by the taxpayers while in the UK. Yeah, they really do. They have those headlines written and they're ready to go to press. Hmm. But yeah, he went and especially well, they either need to do one of two things. UK royal family, all of you nuts over there screaming about the renovations that were made to Frogmore that had to be done to bring it to standard. It wasn't like they were just tossing around. And then, out of the goodness of his heart, and probably just to shut the media down, they said, here's for the lease, which, the nonces children or child or daughter is and her husband and child are living there, which they need to be paying rent, but that's neither here nor there either, I guess. But yeah, let me move on to the next comment. Cookies and cream. The Unroyal family refusal to allow Howard to pay for security is a means to punish him. They also want the Sussexes to be harmed. They don't want Meghan and the kids in the Unroyal family. Well, while they may not want them in the family, they are in the family and they are in the history books. Now, if they decide to rewrite all the history books in the UK to wipe, I mean, we know they removed her name from the birth certificate, Archie's birth certificate. And they were looking up, somebody was trying to find Lilibets, but, in the US, we don't just let everybody have access to the birth certificates. I'm just saying, you're going to pay something or you're going to have to prove that you really should have access to it. So, Kenneth, I think when Charles becomes king, he will get rid of No Sweat and family and Mumbleina and the gardener. Okay. um, Mommy Dearest is going to set up No Sweat so that he doesn't have to worry. And him and his ex and whomever else lives on that property will be good and well taken care of. I'm just saying, that's my thoughts. Just my opinion. My opinion. Know how to hate accounts like to say they're just giving their opinion. Yeah, just giving my opinion. My opinion. Hmm. Rhonda, Rosa, it is hard to fathom you can do this to someone or have knowledge of this and say nothing. Still going on today. Yep, yep. Carolyn, I hope Harry realized even though he loves his grandmother and she had the power to make sure they are safe, I'm afraid if she dies before he and his family get over that, it will break something inside. Possibly. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why they have to get over there for her to see him. And if she had have acted accordingly and stepped forward at the time that Meghan was joining the family, because all this started before, all the craziness started before she officially married and joined the family, um, where they would still be over there and they would still be working royals. If she, her, QE2 had a stepped up, yeah, okay. I have no love for her at all as far as just her behavior and complete blindness to everything that's going on. Now, if she gets papers every day and she knows everything else going in the country, don't tell me you don't know what the blank is happening to your grandson, his wife, in the media. Okay. C-Mac didn't even think about them all. Yeah. No, they're not ready. Now, she's not the counsel on record. Okay. But mhm, go ahead, keep on. They done mess. Yeah, you poke a bear enough, or you poke at a snake enough, you know. Yep, Carolyn. They know the threats on Harry and Meghan just because Meghan is half black. Yeah, that's true. Um, but I will say this: if if per space that family is not racist at all, they would have set the standard in that country 70 years ago, because that's when she took over, right? And that country would be so accepting and loving and blah, 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 blah to any and every one. But when you have, and I've seen the videos of Black Brits being told that either their name or their accent is not British enough. I'm sorry, but that I have a big problem with that because that puts a whole shining light on that entire country. They're born there, but they're not British for you because of a name or how they sound, but they sound like you when you if you're talking to an American and you both have British accents. So what is the problem? Oh, I know what the difference is. But they'll never admit it. So I look at it this way. If the standard of the country is to act xenophobic, that's because it was set at the top and it has always been that way. And moving right along. Okay. Sarah, those crazy people want him beholden to them, something for them to complain about and yet something to try and hold over him. True. Um but this is the thing. He's always known that. Being the spare, he's known what his role was going to be. But you know, tell Space to keep it to him to his wife only, allegedly, and maybe there wouldn't be anything held over his head. Because to me, that's a punk move. If he truly has the media is holding him by his ganones, then he really is a weakling. I'm just saying. My opinion. My opinion. Okay, moving right along. Tier Harry is being treated less than a second class citizen. Well, yeah, because they figure that's who he married. You had the one family member whose father was a Nazi show up at that Christmas luncheon, that Meghan's first Christmas luncheon with that brooch. And we know the brooch. Yeah. So, yeah, they can all kick rocks. Even their facial expressions during the wedding is just when you look at the one side of that chapel and then you looked at the other side, completely different mindsets. Yeah, I think sometimes they forgot the cameras were on them or there were cameras in there. Anna, Annie, that's correct. He will be out. I really think Carmilla's daughter is Charles or maybe her son as well. I bet W is afraid that he'll get bumped off of being the next king. Oh my lord. Y'all are crazy. I thought I was bad today. I guess I'm rubbing off on y'all. Y'all are crazy. All right. The views and opinions of those in the chat are not necessarily the same as Mrs. VSNC09. Just want to state that. Okay. Yeah, because maybe I need to do this. I didn't do this. Okay. Copyright. Let me get this off and I'll come back. The Copyright Act of 1976 allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Okay, back to the comments. Alrighty. All right, Kenneth, the Queen will meet her maker soon. Doesn't she realize she has to answer the questions? Yeah, no. She thinks she is God, I believe. I mean, how are you the head of a church? Okay. I'm just saying. Alita, Harry is not part of the neck under their foot group. And it's taken him a long time to get that, and he ain't trying to go back. There you go. Ralph, the fish rot from the head. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hello, 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 everybody. How are you? I do apologize for not addressing each and every one of you individually. Tier, I thought it was so funny. No one knows who William. What? Yes. Nah. Well, get ready for some crazy articles of, the world's most sexiest or, the world's most buff or the world's greatest dad or, something. It speaks volumes. But then again, we're American, Jeopardy, American show. And what have you done that would show that anyone would know who you are? Yeah. Okay. All right. Was it something I said, Sarah, that you said I laughed my ass off? Dang near hit the floor. Was it something I said? Hey, crack me up. How are you? Um, I'm gonna move right on. Sylvia, how are you? How you feeling, dear? Carolyn, Harry needs to realize that his grandmother and the firm are one and the same. He doesn't think that. She has been not only his grandmother, but since the age of 12, she stood in for his mother. Did she really? I don't know about all that. Because if she did, she, sh he would be treated, if not better than, Randy Andy. If she really had those feelings, of protection for her grandson. Yeah. That ain't happening. So, but I get it. I get where you're coming from. Your opinion. Yeah, I get that. Um, I am so far behind. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Sylvia, I was actually watching Jeopardy when the students gave the. Oh my gosh! Did you crack up laughing? And see, you who would expect that to like grab your recording and record that because you've got to see that again. Mm, 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 mm. Hilda, la 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 la. I won't do that to you all. I won't do that to you all. And my manager's in here, and we're still working out the contract, so I got to be mindful of that. And I did hurt my vocals a little bit earlier because my husband drag races and he was pulling his race car out of the garage because he had to work on it. And I noticed as he had pulled out and was going up the driveway that he still had his battery charger attached. And as if you know how loud drag racers are, you understand that me screaming and yelling wasn't helping because he couldn't hear me. And it was like me running nearly up alongside the car because he was going really slow that he'd like stopped and turned it off. And yeah, so I hurt my little vocal cords screaming his name. Stop, stop. That's my story for the day. So I'm trying to nurse it, but hey, I could have canceled today, but I just I really didn't want any smoke from anybody. I don't know if Mrs. S is in here yet. I haven't seen her. I hope she's well. Um, I know several people are dealing with attending funerals and as such. So, Annie, I think Harry finally found out his blood relatives are. Oh, how his relatives are, and he's excuse me, and he's truly hurt by this. Sometimes we have to drop people along the way, regardless, in my opinion. Yeah, that's true. Excuse me, but he knows. He knows. I'm not even reading that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It wouldn't surprise me were if they were Charles's children, but like how the children in Monaco are treated, that's how they'll be treated. They'll never be acknowledged as far as having access to the throne, which is really looking like a toilet, a one big toilet at this point. Just saying. Joyce, Harry's security knows about the threats. It ties Harry's security with their hands behind them and their backs, not being able to assist without being able to carry a gun in the UK. Exactly. The whole thing that gets me is knowing now that we know, although it was months later, now that we know there was a security breach regarding Harry, there should never even be a doubt. And again, if she was a loving, caring grandmother who, okay, could put her foot or feet up the butts of the gray men that are in charge, but I guess she doesn't have the power to do that. She seems to have power to tell people where to put our money offshore. Okay, I'm digressing. Mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Let me get it together. There. Okay, Sarah. At one time, Trolls had security and gave Camilla's sister money because she covered. Oh, she covered their. Yeah. Well, I mean, allegedly, from what I read, in some article that was written, that the Queen's mother let them use her home, one of her country homes, I guess. Uh-huh. So they're all part of the part of the game, but we ain't playing that game no more. So anyway, I'm gonna try to catch up to comments. I know I'm gonna miss a lot, and I want to go back and share a lot more. Hi, everybody coming in. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm not usually like this. I just want to say, give 'em a little disclaimer. I'm usually the sweet, easygoing. But sometimes I do act out, and I'm just, it's just one of them Saturdays, that's all. One of those Sussex Saturdays. Anyway, let me move on. Let me try to switch the mood just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. So, kind of jumping back, I wanted to show this. This was a tweet from Better Up. Even Better Up is at least doing something to acknowledge Black History Month. And again, as we say, this month is for acknowledging the contributions of those, as many as we can, in the month of February, but that Black history is 365 days, just like everybody else's. Oh, okay. And parents out there that want to, if you happen to hear this or you know somebody that's talking about it, that want to opt out, especially here in the US, opt out of Black history, teachings, F you. Okay, moving on. Here's a list of books It wasn't a tweet, so if you're on Twitter, go to Better Up. I would say follow Better Up because they do have some good information that they put out there. And yeah, let me find my little screenshot. I need to come up with some music for this for trash time. It's trash time. It's trash time. And beep beep beep. Here come the trucks for the bull. For the bull that's about to come. All right, so the first little tidbit, everybody knows who this is, and I wasn't going to block out his name or picture, whatever else, because, his comment is just so ridiculous. They are really worried what's in Harry's memoir. They really are worried. And what I hope happens, and I'm going to put it out in the universe, they're not even mentioned. Like they're just mentioned as a blip in history in his life, but that his life, he discusses everything from Afghanistan, his tours, Invictus, Santibale, his mom, meeting, being introduced to his wife, and the birth of his children. That's what I hope is in his memoir, not them other folks. Okay, because they don't deserve to even have more than 3 sentences. Mhm. Okay. And then I wanted to, we all know, Super Bowl was last week. Harry happened to be there with his cousin, who doesn't get a pass from me either, because there was some ish that jumped off because of her wedding. And oh, they announced, Meghan announced it and ruined her wedding. No, 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 no. Didn't happen that way. But that one was silent too. So she gets the middle finger too from me. But that's his cousin, obviously a favorite cousin, and they need, to me, the security needs to do a sweep of their home or wherever. Hopefully, she wasn't staying there, but I think they were, um, just to make sure they didn't leave any bugs behind, whether it's the listening devices or other. I'm just saying. Okay, moving right along. All right, so here, for those that were aware of this show that was on HBO Max that started from, I don't even know the person's name. I don't care. He don't need to be mentioned in the chat. But he had on his Instagram, he used to do all this satire allegedly, using George to say all of these vile, disgusting things about many people, Meghan especially, and then got a show out of it. And I never understood how he got a show, but he got a show. And yeah, people were outraged when they saw the show, because what they thought was going to be like, a series of just smears and slams of Meghan. Nope, they went after all the others. And that got canceled. So karma is so on time. So, so, so on time. Yes. All right. Let me see. What is this other one I have here? Oh, yeah. This was some other crap that was going on, with Camilla, and given the QC, the Queen Consort, to be able to be called that, and how there was silence from California. Excuse you, but Harry and Meghan don't have nothing to say about that. What? Congrats. You finally worked it out? Uh, like, they're not part of those negotiations. Whatever. And now I want to show you how the SEO is set up and how all these crazy articles come up. I like to do a search, Meghan, and then one on Harry. So you see, I put Prince Harry. That was my search. And then it brings up the top stories and it says the news of Duke of Sussex. All right. First one I can understand because it's regarding his situation and case on security when he's in the UK. All these other articles, yeah, okay. Like, here's people down here saying, Harry does not feel safe. Well, duh. He had there was a breach in the security in July, so of course he doesn't feel safe. And a smart man, caring man, loving man is not sacrificing his family on the one-off chance that something might happen by bringing them back over there. When they left, they left. Deuces. Okay. So, yes, all these other ones are now, talking about how his case is beginning, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm going to kind of flip out of trash time, although it's kind of part of it, but Christopher Boozy is not. So he sent this the other day. hmm And I am loving every moment of this because there's going to be some folks that are going to be very, very, very upset soon when they get the information and letters and etc. on them being sued. Yeah. So it's not just like one case, they're going to have like three cases coming after them. And excuse Cuja, but she sees the landscaper for the neighbor outside. So if you hear her riling up, that's what she's barking about. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the last little thing, and then I'll which now, trash time is kind of over, but I wanted to share this because it was a highlight back to 2016. So before she met Harry. Okay, let's just put that in perspective. Because remember, she didn't become the Duchess of Sussex in 2018, right? Okay. Um, she hosted a watercolor project, and it was in Toronto. So again, before she met Harry, and the paintings were made by the students in Rwanda, and it ended up raising enough money to build the well through the help of World Vision. So this is her work that she was doing that the royal family seems to want to erase and forget about and all that other stuff. Tina always says this, and you've heard other people say it, that Meghan is about that business basically. I can't remember the exact words that she always states, but she's not playing around. Meghan has been about helping others, and that goes back to when she was a child. So, kudos to Mother Doria because you did an exceptional job. Bravo. Harry saw that right off the gate, upped his ante, upped his game in order to win her over. So, yeah. All right. Those are all the little tidbits. Now I can hang out with you all for a little bit because I know that I need to be off of here at a certain time when Royal Sussex starts because y'all are gonna burn rubber. I already know it. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna pick a spot and then jump back in it. Hello, hello. Carolyn, crack me up. Not only that Harry married an heir and cheating William married a spare. Okay, let's see. Melita, for a white aristocrat, if you have even just 1% of black blood and you look white, you are still black for them. Oh yeah, because there is is she still under the title Viscount? I don't know if that's what they're called. Um, but Emma is her first name, and I can't remember. But she married aristocrat whose father at the time was alive, but um, and his mother said some very unsavory things about his future wife, girlfriend at the time, but then his future wife when he was engaged, and they banned her from the wedding. And I don't think she's ever met her grandchildren. That's how bad what she said, and has not been forgiven. He's now has the title because his father passed. But again, I say this, that the country, it starts at the head. And if it was a loving, accepting country for all nationalities, etc., we wouldn't be seeing half of this stuff that we see now. So anyway, walking with Tamsin, Prince William rented a house from my friend while he was in St. Andrews. Oh, really? Hmm. I hope there's some good stories behind that because I know that was party central. Oop, my opinion. Hmm. Moving along, Black Queen. She didn't have qualms about inviting alleged pedos to her vacation home. I'm gonna hum that right on the way. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, please hit thumbs up. Let me do one little thing. Let me pop over on the YouTube side and see where we're at currently. Where we're at currently. Mm, can you at least get to 200 thumbs up? Come on, y'all. In the clouds, all you have to do is just hit the like button or the thumbs up. Come on, be nice. Even if you don't like me, hit that. I don't care. Um, hey Reba, how are you? All right. Thank you, Hilda. That's right. Crack those, get those thumbs up. That's right. See, I need Michelle around, and Michelle can fuss y'all out in French. How about that? I might have to ask her to record something for me. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Anna, Mrs. VS. Who are the sources that you've seen on Twitter? Well, one's Royal Suitor. I did see the Jeopardy piece on Royal Suitor, and I think she was forwarding that one. So if you go to hers, you'll see if you're on Twitter and looking for the Jeopardy piece. But Christopher, you can go right to his timeline. Hopefully, some of y'all are following him. You know, and I'll just say this that if you've enjoyed thus far the podcast, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share it out. Share the wealth out to your friends and family. Let them know about this great channel sitting over here. Thank you. Oh, and if you really, excuse me, if you really, really, really like me and you've been here for a while and want to be a channel member, love you for that. Thank you. Okay. Cookies and cream. Black Queen, exactly. Her reality check is coming sooner than she thinks. Woo, chow. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Black Queen Robert Jackass on. You, sir, a pathetic little man discussing. Oh, they all are. I know that her initials are AL. She is, seen by some in the media as some type of expert, but she's a liar, and I'm not going to. She's actually creepy the way she behaves with Harry, but AL, more is coming out about her, and come to find out, she had made this whole thing on how when she had requested and she was able to get time with Harry and blah 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 and wrote a book. But what it was is that they were giving her access because of whom she worked for at the time to engagements, and then she wrote an unauthorized book about Harry. So while she waxed poet about how much she knows him, sure, you knew him. Were you at the wedding? No, because none of you were. Okay. And you're probably walking around Montecito. Can you tell me where Harry and Meghan live? Can you tell me where Harry and Meghan live? Just imagine me saying that with a British accent. I'm just saying. Okay. Joyce, absolutely nothing has been revealed about the content of Harry's memoir. They will tell any lie just to print a story. Yes, but they give free PR. They really do. They do more for the sale than anything else because they've gone on and on and on and on. And we know the haters will claim they're not buying the book or they'll buy it and ask for a refund. That type of crazy stuff. Because, yeah, they do that stuff. But if I don't like some, I'm not spending my money. What is the point of what point am I proving by spending money on a book if I don't like you? That it makes absolutely no sense. So Let them spin their webs, but we know, oh, the tangled webs they weave when they try to deceive. And they always get caught in them, so they really should stop. Okay. Melina, I wonder if Candace Owens knows that a white reporter in the UK called Archie a monkey when he was still a baby. She don't care. Candace Owens doesn't care. She doesn't care. Eventually, one day, sadly, she will find out about that media, um, as well as how they handle her children, and she's going to be. And I think something was said about her oldest, because she's having another one. But yeah, and she was so like befuddled. But oh well, I mean, nobody's going to stand up for you. You don't do anything for anyone else. So yeah, I'm happy with Better Up there. Really, pretty good there. Crack me up, block out Candace. She's already proven a liar. Yeah, she's a little too I don't even know what the word is. Excuse me, and I don't want to truly get banned today, so I'm just gonna behave myself. Whew, yeah, shucking and jiving. That's what Candace does, shucking and driving. Tier, I don't care about those cousins, but they're his family. Yeah, they are. Well, at least the one that, and it's known that he's very close with her. But it is what it is. Church Nelly, Mrs. VS, you are not pulling any punches. Love it. You do like the messy petty, don't you? You really do. Oh my goodness. Melita, Candace who would endorse it and join? Oh yeah, join in the ugly phrase. She would. She really would. I don't know. I don't know who said what to her when she was younger, but she just hates her pigment and anyone that looks like her. So that's my opinion. Sylvia, Mrs. VS, they were disappointed when the show went after all the others. Oh, okay. hmm And it was a lovely thing. That was their karma, Sylvia. That was their karma. Hey, Sonia. Fashionably late, squaddies, but I showed up. Oh, and I appreciate that. As I like to say, never late, never late. Even if I was ending, you could always listen to it again. And I have to say, to those who might have just joined in the last half hour, 40 minutes, you have to listen to the beginning because there's a special memorial out to one of our squaddies. And yeah, you have to hear it to really understand. Well, hopefully, your personality, you get it. She loved every moment of it. So, Anna, Mrs. VSNC, I don't trust Eugenie. She's a spy for QE. Yeah, well, I don't know if a spy, but yeah, I kind of wouldn't trust. They would have, how you have the metal detectors? Yeah, I would have to have all that, like they treat you at the airport. My own personal TSA at my front door because I need to make sure no listening devices on you. Okay. Let's see. Church and only. Why would Harry congratulate Hamella? Oh, Homilla. Okay, sorry about that. The horse that made his mother's life hell. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were really bad to Diana back then. Diana was very young and naive in a sense, and yeah, it was pretty bad, pretty bad. Annie, go, Mrs. VS, get it off your chest. Was there something I said a few minutes ago? Really? Diane, when a man love a woman, he doesn't put her in danger or go around sniffing roses. Hot dang. There you go. 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 That's the truth. Crack me up. They have gone. How long? Get over it, UK classless fools. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just some things that just make you boggle the mind. That's the words. Boggle the mind. Diane, haters gonna go through some things. Yes. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. What? The haters are going to go through some things. Yes, they are. Mhm. They sure are. Lovely. They are. Hmm. All right. Let me behave myself, Lord of mercy. Excellent. Black Queen, excellent. Soothe, mediocre. Racist demons for everything they've got. Yeah. And the one is the son of a metropolitan detective or something like that. Somehow they're involved with the Metropolitan Police. So yeah, it's gotten ready to be ugly. That's all I can say. Sherry, how are you? See, I was gonna sing another song, then I'll really get myself in trouble. Church Nelly. Wow, Christopher Boozy is a badass. He is. He's mad. Like he said, if you hadn't went after my family, and they've done some horrible stuff to his daughter who wasn't even involved in any of this. So you dox, you get his daughter's information, you put stuff out there. You know how things are when they're on the internet. It's really hard to pull things back. Yeah. So I hope he, smacks as when I was younger, we would hear this saying, "I'm gonna smack the taste out of you." You know how hard that has to be? Yeah, I'm just saying. Ron, the NAACP helped Candace win a discrimination lawsuit, and now she's turned her back on everything black. Yeah, she has no leg to stand on, and people are bringing that forward, and just every time she says something, people shut her down with that. So he is doing a great work, and please remember, I'll have to look for the link to his site if it's not in the description box. Just, if you want to donate to Bot Sentinel to keep that up and running, and they do good work and they're helping to shut some of the craziness down. A lot of these social media platforms are making a ton of money off of the crazy and the hate. So they're not going to shut down the crazy and the hate. So we're just going to have to deal with it. The most that we can do when we have channels come up in our, recommendations is to click do not recommend channel. And hopefully that, makes them go away. Because they're taking up room for like my channel and other channels of Sussex Squad wants to see. Thank you, Nutty Doctor. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I always want to say when I see your name, Nutty Professor. Because the movie was hilarious, but thank you, Nutty Doctor. Let's see. Diane Hawkins. Yes, Camilla. Tomlin is a liar still. And Hamilla. Okay. Or Homilla. Is that what you're trying to say? Homilla will never be anything other than a side piece. Yeah, she's married to him, but she can have whatever titles. Titles really don't mean anything when you get outside the UK or the Commonwealth. I'm just saying. Donna. Archie's life is really at risk because he has a direct bloodline to the British royal family and it's mixed with black blood. So does Lilibet. But again, um, F them. F that entire family over there. F all the races in that family. Those that just can't handle it. Wait until them three youngest of them others start getting to the married age because I have a feeling they're not going to listen. Hopefully, the men in the gray suits are no longer because they would be like, the Crypt Keeper age. I'm just saying because they've been around a long time. And she's been in charge for what, 70 years, a queen? There's been gray suits. Yeah, please. Cookies, the royal family and the racist thugs try to downplay Meghan's accomplishments to just being an actress. Meghan is a rich, educated, articulate, self-made, independent, genuine, resilient woman. Yes. Well, this is the great thing, and I'm so glad, and I've said it several times on many different podcasts. I'm glad that she had history, that there is a trail of her work, of her writings. Heck, she published a book when she was a little kid. Hello. But y'all are going to try to say that she was a gold digger and just trying to get ahead by marrying Harry. Please. When every friend, like she says, her friends in the UK were like, don't date him or date him, but don't get too serious. Your life will be a nightmare. And still didn't understand that until her life was that nightmare. She gets it now. Oh, dear, thank you. I like y'all and love y'all too. Uh-oh. See, people are, Get them, Lydia. Get, get them. I'm air fighting. If you can't tell, I'm air fighting. Um, Diane, brain research coming soon to Netherlands and Jamaica. Kids brushing up with Duolingo mumbles. Why are they traveling? I mean, just stay where you're at. Nobody wants you. It's pandemic, stay out of the countries, especially now. Has anyone heard how the heir is and his wife since they were self-isolating? Has anybody heard any news? Not that I really, but I was just asking because it just popped in my head. So, Annie, we be getting down on this channel. As she has, only one drink. Oh, and a cigarette too. Woo, you really getting down. Okay. Colleen, cookies and cream, being an actress is hard. I do amateur performances, not easy. Exactly. But they tried to downplay it. Actually, there is at least two other actresses in the family. One's an ex now, but I think there's still, her first name is Sophia, I think, that she was an actress on some show over there, I believe. Maybe it was in the US. I don't remember the exact show, but she's married to one of them down the line cousins. I think actually she might be married to the brooch lady's son, to tell you the truth. But and Harry walked with her. Was it Easter? One of the weddings? Something? I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. Either one, either name that you choose, Church Nelly. Either name that you choose. I'm not going to say them, but either name that you choose. Margaret, it's being reported that Kate got 50 roses on Valentine's Day. That only means William was running around screaming Rose's name all that day. Oh my gosh. That is too funny. Margaret, thank you for that good laugh. Thank you for that good laugh. Hello, Kenneth. How do I become a member? Well, Kenneth, I'm glad you asked. There is a link in the description that will take you there. Or if you're looking, I have to see it in YouTube just to see. There should be a join button by where it says if you're subscribed, it'll say subscribe, or just the subscribe button. There should be a join button, or if you go to my main channel page, you'll see where it says memberships and you just click join and that should do it. So let me know if you have any other issues. Oh, and thank you for asking. I really do. You touched me with that for asking. Maggie, we like you. We really, really like you, Mrs. V. Oh, well, thank you. That's nice to know. Church Nelly, I'm not reading that comment. I'm gonna keep rolling. Annie, just think about the troll doll. Oh my. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, AL is very creepy and looks like a voodoo doll. Well, don't insult voodoo dolls. Let me just say that cracked me up. Don't insult the voodoo dolls out there because they're made for a purpose. That one there, AL, her only purpose is to be a nagging what is it? It's not even a pain in the side. It's not even a thorn in your skin. I don't even know. She's like the jellyfish that sting you. And that sting just keeps going on and on from what people say. Yeah, that's her. Diane, I love how Harry and Meghan ignore all the Karens, Kens, Camillas, and Emilys, Angelas, and they are so thirsty. Ooh, those checks have dried up. They were making some checks. when Harry and Meghan were in the UK because they could write whatever they wanted, and they could not Harry and Meghan couldn't say anything. They couldn't stop them. Now they can address when they say something off the wall that really needs to be addressed. The attorneys for Harry and Meghan do, and that's what they don't want to happen. So yeah. Mhm. Church Nelly. Trollisha is AL. Okay, I'll get you. Trollisha. Sarah, that old hag should have been a sheep. Whoop, Jesus. Okay. You got me on that one, Sarah. I wasn't reading the see, when you're reading things and whew, Lord of mercy, y'all can get me caught up. Sherry Litta, I hope you got the synonym for my new favorite adjective. Okay. I guess I'm gonna need help. Y'all gonna have to send me these little tidbits for your adjectives and your acronyms and all that other stuff because that one there, yeah, I need to understand. Um, Anna Margaret Jones, your comment cracked me up. Yeah, y'all are on one today. See, Church Nelly, love you. Tier AL is the double spell. Yeah, she's creepy as all get out. That's all. Black Queen. She reminded me of the woman who was obsessed with Selena until she ended up. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, she does give them vibes. Like I'm the only one that knows him and I can speak for him and da da. Yeah, whatever, lady. He cut off the royal rota, which you are a part of, um, back in 2020. So it's been 2 years. Get over yourselves. You wrote an unauthorized book, and you're lucky if Harry will address you. You're lucky if he will even address you because, yeah, some of them have been really crazy. Each night they have already said something negative about our baby. Is that you're talking about Candace? Mm-hmm. Her first one or the second one? She seemed to be so outdone, she couldn't believe it. Whatever, lady. Diane, March will be set aside to honor women in history. Might we see Megan's Pearl production drop? Maybe. Or maybe it'll be in August. Or maybe it's be in, oh, or June. For a certain little girl's first birthday. Hmm. Wouldn't that be something? Let's see. Holding breath, no one will see it when it's ready. Yeah, that's true. We will see it when it's ready, and even if it's not named Pearl, but yes, that should be fun. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Of course, everybody, all the haters will start, well, the ratings will be horrible and this and that. But if you watch it along with the supporters, the ratings are gonna be through the roof like everything else. So thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. Y'all just can't help yourselves. Thank you in advance. All right. Diane, Eugenie could have been dropping off the Frogmore keys in her rent. So she flew out of the UK to Los Angeles, California to bring Frogmore keys in the rent. Okay. I'll go along with that. Yeah, because her husband was with her and I'm sure the baby was there too. And yeah, okay. I like that scenario. We'll see. Hello there. How are you? I don't want to butcher your name. So, Rosara? Is that how you say it? I love you so much. To Prince Harry and his wife, the Duchess Meghan of Sussex. Prince Harry is a very good man. Yes, he is. He really is. He really, really is. I think the topper for me, and I know it was discussed at ad nauseum by probably all Sussex channels. Um, and I don't have the pictures, nor am I going to try to look for them right now. From the Super Bowl, a certain former morning show host whose initials are PM, and he doesn't need to have his name put in the chat, but y'all should know who I'm talking about, was ranting, like bragging, "Hey, I'm at the Super Bowl and I can't wait," like meeting the owner or whatever, because whatever the name of the person is of the Rams. And then pictures come out that, and he's down in the crowd. So he's down there somewhere in the crowd, but posts his picture. And then here comes the pictures of Harry in the luxury box. And then you have Harry with the owner holding the trophy. It's just priceless. But that's his karma. But see how that particular person took a picture of himself in the crowd at the Super Bowl bragging, but he's never produced a picture of him and Meghan. But yet he says they met. And I see he stopped all that nonsense too, because yeah, I have a feeling he was going to get a cease and desist letter. My opinion, just my opinion. Mrs. VS, I'm always here for the messy, the petty, the ratchet, and all the damn shady. Yes, Church Nelly, I know. I know. And even in the midst of your grieving, I understand. I understand we love you. Let me see. Cookies and cream. Colleen, I agree that being an actor is hard work. That's just the unroyal family's racist, classist, xenophobic way of maligning Meghan. They think of her as inferior to them. Well, this is the whole thing, but you have actresses in the family because I believe um, the Queen's eldest grandson's ex-wife was an actress, I believe. And then the other one, Sophie, whatever her name is, it's also was an actress because I think they gave up their acting when they married into the family. Let me see. Crack me up. Ignore CO. Don't give false face energy. Eugenie is a copycat. Yeah, you know, she's she she's not going to get any love from the Sussex squad. That's for sure. She could have stepped up many times and shut things down, but again, she's under lock and key just like everybody else over there. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's how I kind of look at it. You know, yes. Rise in peace, Wig Wigisha. You come up with these tongue tires. Help me out a little bit. Karen, I'm also late. Hope your squatties are okay, especially in the UK after bad storms. Yes. I someone else that I follow on YouTube channel, he was posting about that and had put up some videos. So I do hope that all the squatties and everybody are well and safe and all that stuff. I'm glad you're okay because it looked like it was pretty crazy. They showed someone was posting videos showing the planes going into Heathrow that were like wobbling from the wind. Yeah, I think that would have done me quite to take. Yeah, I don't know if I could have flown back out of there. Diane, my first thought when Megan stayed home from Super Bowl, Andy's clan was in town, so don't dare leave Homestead unattended. Okay. Plus the two little ones. I mean, it's kind of cool, but let Doria have some time to do whatever, not rely solely on her, because as you know, they don't have a fleet of nannies and all that other stuff. I'm just saying, my opinion. They're hands-on parents. Something else Harry said that he would be many, many years ago. Okay, carry on. Annie, be nice. Church Nelly, please forget that darn wig. We have buried it. While squad can be loving, whew, they can be whew, some tough cutthroats too. Don't worry, Church Nelly. We're still giving you virtual hugs. Anna H Night, why did she go visit Harry and Meghan this far long? Because she's up to something. That's what it is. Well, she wanted to get out from the heat of, her dad's ish too. I'm just saying that's my guess on it. But rah rah, come see the football game, enjoy it from the comfies, given Harry's position and all that. So it is what it is. Gwendolyn, Prince William didn't congratulate Camilla, so why single out Prince Harry? Because you know how that is. And actually, by them doing that, they deflected away from the others, space and cosplay, not saying anything. But I believe that headline was all just to dig some knives at, you know, space and cosplay, because all the headlines prior to that had been about how, cosplay was going to be the next QC and how this is just awesome and blah 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 blah. Like as if Camilla didn't exist. But okay, whatever. Church Nelly, Annie, grief comes in stages. I swear. Crack me up. I have one wish. The Spanish body language guy is on my takedown list. Just want him to lose all the money off he's made off Meghan. Is he like, does he have a YouTube channel or something? Just keep hitting do not, report it or whatever. It's just funny. They all these channels, funny. It's one thing to say, hey, I see this in the person, I see that, if you're really an expert, but whatever. But then you need to have some comparisons to somebody else and a few others. But you don't do that, do you? Oh no. Let's just focus on Megan, who's just going along doing what she wants to do with her husband and children, safe and sound in Montecito, California. Thank you. Rhonda, they always want to shame Megan for being an actress, but who do you see at movie premieres wearing gold dresses? Bravo, Rhonda. Who's the patron of BAFTA? Isn't that his patronage? Okay. Yeah, yeah. hmm Hi, sis. How are you? Um. Oh, thank you, Nutty Doctor. Let me see. What time is it? Ooh, I got 20 minutes to get up off of here. Let me start wrapping this up. Let me see where are all the comments? There's so many comments. Bye everybody who's leaving. Oh, hey Kevin, how are you? Thanks for joining and thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. Hey. Yeah, for those that are coming in, you'll have to listen to the beginning to understand what Church Nelly's comment is about. We had to show some love to our fellow squaddie because that's what we do. That's what we do. What is this? Yeah. Ah, Lord of mercy. hmm Um, y'all are lovely. Oh, hi. How are you? I'm like trying to scan all the comments because I do want to give everybody a little time in between the two, royal sexes that's coming up and today, and then I have to say, oh, that's true. Cressida was an actress or is an actress. Yeah, she was trying to do like Shakespeare plays or something. I don't think she was doing movies, from my understanding, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Diane, Harry comes to the US, gets invited to hobnob with Rams, celebs, and owners. Everybody smiled and understood his accent while Kitty shows up with the UK rugby team and all were confused. Oh, jeez. Yep. Yep. It's time. It's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you, Hilda. Yes. Share if you can. Copy the link, share out with your buddies and your friends. Um, yeah, I think it's time for me to. I have started something. Um, hello, hello, hello. And yeah, it's bad. Badness. Hey, Mike. Is that Mike? No. Who is that? Oh, is that Spot'em or Shot'em or what's the name now? Listen, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came in, shared a little time with me. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Let me see. Did I even get? Oh, I did get over 200. Okay, thank y'all. Maybe not as many as should have been, but hey, that's a lot. I do appreciate you all. I'm just joking. Please understand. Today has been one of those. If you didn't pick up on how the day was going to go at the beginning, and I hope I kept it lighthearted for everybody. And hey, 755, how are you? I need to talk to you about a lion painting that you did. Yeah, because that thing keeps speaking to me every time I see your live. All right. Uh, Annie, behave yourself. The wig is gone. Yeah, it's gone. Hopefully she's able to, in due time, replace Wigisha, but we'll give her that time to grieve. That's why I did the little, moment of silence and stuff, played some of the music for her. But yeah, Church Nelly should be good now. I'm hoping. Um, but we'll help you along in your when you have some moments when you fall back into those sad periods of time. So as you hear, my outro music is coming up. The food truck video, okay, that is from channel member Lydia. Church Nelly. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend. And I again thank you all for spending the time that you have with me today. Hopefully you laughed. I hope I didn't upset anyone too much. If I did, just chalk it up. It was just a day. It was one of my off days. So, um, but seriously, I want to say have a safe weekend. You know what I always say? Be well, wear your mask. Bye, everybody. Mwah.